Hello, my name is Dr. Lois Drawmer and I'd like to welcome you to Bucks New University. Come to us at level 1. We understand that going to university is a really big change in your life, particularly if you're coming from another country where it isn't your first language. So we pride ourselves on giving you a warm welcome and lots of support. So, for example, in the first day you arrive, you'll be given a personal tutor, and this is the tutor that you can contact over any worries that you might have. It might be about your accommodation, it might be you don't think the course you've signed up for is quite right, and you'll find that your tutor then can help you if you want to change courses, for example, if you have problems settling in, and if you have problems with your courses. So right from the beginning, we hope to make you feel safe and welcome, and you'll have a very exciting time at Level 1. Level 1 involves 4 modules across your year. So through your week at university, you have about 12 hours of teaching time doing for your 4 different areas that you look at. In this, there'll be workshops, there'll be lectures, there might be seminars. You might be doing some practical work. So, for example, in drama, you might be doing some key drama skills, some acting. You might be talking about reading scripts, for example. You might be doing costume or makeup. In journalism, you might be learning how to design a magazine layout. In media, you might be shown some documentaries and be asked to discuss them. So across your subject, you'll have very interesting variety of what you're doing. You get a different tutor for each of your subjects, and this tutor again is a point of contact. So if you're worried about your course, if you need any additional help, you can go to them. In addition, you get the chance to do what's called academic English for students whose English isn't their first subject. So those are on a Wednesday afternoon, and there's no teaching on a Wednesday afternoon. This is to allow students to do additional classes like this, or to join sports clubs, or travel clubs, or chess clubs. There's lots of different clubs and societies that the Student Union are happy for you to be involved with. At level 2 then, you work all the way through the year. You have some guided learning weeks about halfway through the first term and about halfway through the second term. It gives you a chance to catch up and do your reading. And not every week, you're not expected to do homework every week. You're expected to do lots of reading though. So it's really, really important that even if you have to work part-time, that you also do a lot of reading and keep up current with your university degree. In addition to our teaching classes, we have an online virtual blackboard, which means that you can go and access your materials, for example, for your class. You can access things about your assessment, you can look at contact details for your tutor, you can find out what's going on week by week. It's a great way to be in contact with other students too. Some of you may wonder about the kind of assessments that we ask you to do at Bucks New University. We have a range of ongoing assessment. That means that you have spaced throughout your first year a range of short assessments, which could be a portfolio of small pieces of work that you put together at the end. It could be group presentation. It could be a drama performance, it could be a magazine layout for journalism, it could be a short piece of writing, it could be a summary of some reading you've done. So none of this is off-putting. You get support every step along the way, from when you're given the assessment to the weeks during which you're working on it. Your tutor is more than happy to help you with this in class. So it means that you're doing continuing assessment ongoing, and that provided you're keeping up to date, you're attending your classes, you're speaking with your tutor, it should be anybody that wants to do the degree should be able to pass that first year by just keeping going with their assessments. We try not to have too many exams, and if we do have to have exams, they'll be at the end of the year, and you get lots again of practice sessions and revision with your tutor.
Perfect. Good.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about our new courses now. I'll start off with drama, performance and text. You can see already by the title that it's looking for a combination of performance skills, so acting, improvisation, costume, makeup, lighting, stage setting, stage design, all those aspects of drama and theatre. But alongside this, you actually do academic study of drama text, plays, for example. So you might be looking at how a play makes its meaning, how the audience responds to it. All of this will then inform how you direct the plays that you'll be doing as part of your ongoing work in drama. So you might take modules such as mask and mime, where you're dressing in masks, you make your own costumes, for example. You might look at tragedy, so Renaissance drama from Shakespeare onwards. You might look at new modern plays, shock theatre is what I meant to say. In addition, you get the opportunity to do some touring in advanced production at a later stage at level 3 in your last year, where you actually perform your own production company, you do your own publicity, you do your own marketing, and you actually take a play on tour. And this is really exciting for students because it means they're actually getting out there in the real world of the theatre. In English and literary cultures, you look at a combination of English literature, but also literature from around the world. So you might do African literature, Australian literature. You look at how text, books, ideas and authors make meaning, why we enjoy reading, what we get out of reading, and how we can understand things like the sense, the tone, the ideas in literature text. You would also look at creative writing and get the opportunity to do some writing skills, so writing as autobiography. In the degree titled Creative Writing, you will look at a combination of ways of writing, for example, short stories, fiction, non-fiction, poetry and prose. And you do modules such as the self as story, looking at your own autobiography. You look at poetry and prose fiction, for example. At level 3, you look at script writing, or you might be writing scripts to adapt for film. You could also choose another pathway, which is creative and professional writing, where you do creative writing modules, but in addition, at each level, you do a journalism module. In journalism and media degree, you do a combination of practical vocational skills of journalism. These include writing and editing, editorial production, sources and scoops, feature writing, looking at global news. You will study the media institutions behind them. So who is it that broadcasts it? How do they do it? You look at television, you'll look at film, you look at newspapers, for example. And in addition to this, everybody will take a course on filmmaking. So a key introduction, it doesn't matter if you haven't done it before, you'll get the chance to understand lighting and direction and filmmaking and work towards writing a documentary.